height do you see?
So
you got your width.
6 inches above Mark's head.
Yeah, you got your width from here to where? Here?
What about you stand you stand in there, Brett, just so we can
just have a look.
make sure we're not chopping the head off.
Does that spin?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that might help, that's great. Yeah. So I'm a bit tall for that.
Yep.
We don't need to probably go below the blender height anyway, do we?
No, not really. Stand over there. Yeah, it chops your head off. Just need to back it down a bit.
Oh, that will move it back. Move the Milo and the coconut. Old trick I learned. Bit of Watty sauce. Move that perhaps.
Just got a bit more distance on it.
Professional.
Yeah.
You good on videos?
Yeah, that's it.
Good enough?
Not expensive.
And it's low res. It's going to be low res YouTube.
Okay.
420
Hook up your laptop.
Okay.
I can't get anything.
Right.
So,
I'll just introduce yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Brett Elliott and I'm here with Mark.
Okay.
And we're going to demonstrate the Ladyship blenders.
Cool.
So Mark, tell us a bit about what the difference is between these two machines.
Okay. And I know you've been using this one now for some time, haven't you, Brett?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Okay, so the differences between the two machines is that apart from price, because obviously there's a price difference, the 658, which is the one that you've been using, the first difference you notice is that you've got a 2 litre BPA free jar here, okay? So, whereas on the 588, which is the smaller machine, it's a 1.5 litre BPA free jar, okay? So, that's the first difference. Also, you can see that the shape is a little different, okay? So you can see that. They both have taps on. And you will notice here that the tap on this one is a little bit different, okay? So this tap here is a little easier to clean than this tap here, okay? So that's another subtle difference with them. With the filters, they both have the filters, which is a part of our machine. So we've got the fine and the coarse filter that come with them. So with this one we make our almond milks, our juices, things like that, soy milk, oat milk, all those sorts of things. Even make coffee with this if you want to do an amazing coffee.
So those filters will fit on both?
Okay,
both
we have different size filters for different machines.
Okay.
So, and this is one of the difference, but they both have the coarse and the fine filter. Okay, obviously that goes that way. But I want to just show you this as well. This, even though it doesn't look like a great deal of difference, there is a difference with this. See the difference in the width of those? Especially at the bottom.
Right,
See
yeah,
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about a 15% difference. And that does make a difference in the efficiency with things like almond milk and so on. So, you know, this being a lower price unit, you know, there are some, like I said, some differences. And that shows up. If you ask me which machine do I prefer this machine. The other thing that's different about them, that's important. If you've got a family at home and they're going to use these machines, the 658 has a locking switch up here, okay? So you lock that and you can turn it on. But when you unlock it, you can't turn it on. So, and that locks the whole unit together, okay? So that's now all locked together. If you have children, the safety features on that are incredibly good, okay? So now this has got a safety switch on it as well, but the difference is it's in the jar. So like this, I can't turn the machine on, okay? But with this here, once I've locked the jar in place, I can turn the machine on. However, it does have a lock on the top of the lid, but I can take that off and I can turn it on.
Potentially.
Yes,
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
So for me, like I think if I was speaking to someone that had a family, you know, with kids, you know, 6 to 13 or whatever, I would probably suggest go here just from that point of view. There are plenty of machines on the market, and even some really expensive machines that we know, and everyone knows because it's very popular, and the lid can be taken off. Okay, so that means you can potentially put your hand in there and turn the machine on, or if you forget to put the lid on or you accidentally knock it off, it ends up on the ceiling. Okay, so it is a difference, but you know, depending on budget. This is I'll tell you, this is a good travel unit as well. We've had a lot of people in Perth, because Perth's got a lot of mining around it, where they purchased this one for home, and then this one they put in their bag and they've taken up onto the mine site.
What about the plastic? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that's a BPA free plastic. Okay, so the benefit of having this is that, you know, it's not too heavy. You know, I mean, you can feel that it's nice and light. Yeah. So
yeah, it's very light.
Yeah, and also if you're using heat in here, we don't have any issues about the biphenyl leaching out. We can put hot water into that, and it won't be a problem whatsoever.
Boiling hot water.
Boiling hot water. Okay. Yep. And also, you know, the other problem, if you do have glass, of course, I have heard of people where they put hot water into their glass blender jars and they've just cracked. And obviously very heavy, and if you drop one, then you've got a problem.
And I've noticed with this, when I used it doesn't matter what I've used in there.
Yes.
I can just rinse it with cold water and it basically comes out clean.
It's good, yeah.
You know why that is? Is that the type of plastic, or?
It's just easy to do. I think there's you know, it's nice and clean. The design's nice and clean, and it's just very easy to clean.
Yeah.
It really
I'm amazed
is.
by that.
Yeah, yep. And even the tap's pretty easy to clean. You know, that comes off very easily. You can just take that off. And if you don't want to use the tap, both machines come with this cap as well, so you can just put that on there like so. So if you're doing some milling or something like that, you can take the tap off and you don't have to worry about it all getting in here.
That's great.
Yeah. So they're very, very simple and easy to use.
They both have a cap on them?
They both have a cap.
Yeah. And they're both the same plastic?
Both
material?
are BPA free. Yes, yes, both are BPA free. And you can check that underneath. You'll see underneath the jar here, there's a little logo there that says Triton. Triton is the brand of material. You can look that up on the internet if you want to. Okay. So, yep, it's made by a company called Eastman's. So, and the only other difference which you can't see is that the blades are slightly bigger on this machine. This is a 16,000 RPM machine, so perfect for doing green smoothies. And this one's a 20,000 RPM machine, so it's a little bit faster, but the blade is smaller. So, you know, even though that's a little bit slower, because this is bigger, it's actually moving faster on the outside anyway. So, yeah, so that's the differences. Oh, and they also have reset buttons on the bottom of the machines.
Oh, okay.
So that's this down here. See that red button there?
Oh, yeah.
You might want to point to that so the others can
Just
see.
there?
Yep,
Yeah.
and there's one on the 658 as well.
Okay.
If you do overload the machine or something stops the blade, then that button will trip.
I deliberately tried this with this machine, filled it up with pumpkin,
Yes,
and I just turned it on and left it going,
yes,
just to see what it would do.
Yep.
And it switched itself off.
Yep.
It was about 3 or 4 minutes.
yeah, yep. So the functions that we have on these are auto set as well, which is great because most things we don't need to do beyond 1 minute anyway.
Right.
So the auto is a great function for doing your green smoothies because you've got this automatic pulse that so it comes on for 4 seconds, it stops for 1. That means you don't need a tamper tool, and we'll show you that in some of those videos. And it's the same with this as well.
Great.
Yeah. Cool. So, you know, if you've got any questions that further to what we have here, please just send an email through to Brett on his site and we'll get those answered for you. Bye.
Alright. Well, shall we just continue on and
Yeah,
do
yeah,
some...
yeah. Just got to remember that we've got to put an end in there for when you want to chop it, otherwise
That was really
it's
long.
like,
Yeah.
okay,
What, do you have any
Or
questions
make up
between
some
these two?
endings and beginnings and...
No, that's
okay.
Are you going to be marketing them as well?
Yeah, we are, right.
So
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me just show you a couple of other things that we didn't talk about there. This has both machines have a vented cap, okay? So now, the reason we have a vented, well, we need a cap obviously to close this in here. The reason it's vented is so if you use hot water, there's no pressure build up. Because there has been machines on the market where they've got a seal cap. You put the hot water on, into it, turn the machine on, boof. Okay, because as soon as you put the machine on, the blade speed increases the pressure and it just blows the top. So that's one of the benefits of having a vented cap. The other benefit is that you can pour through it. So when you're not using the hopper, like this, you can still pour through the cap. You don't have to stop the machine. You don't have to peel the lid off. So with other machines, I've seen them do it with the Vitamix too, they've actually had to peel the lid off and then pour the water in, where you don't have to with this. Okay, so it's very easy.
So boiling hot water, that'll handle that, right?
Yep, no problem at all. And they're BPA free as well.
Right.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that if you look at most blenders on the market, right, they're not BPA free. And the soup makers and all that sort of stuff, they're not BPA free.
Yeah, that's soup
and that's
maker.
why the Triton thing at the bottom is
Is
quite
important.
interesting, because they're the biggest players at making BPA. They're not BPA free, for sure.
Okay. Because something I noticed is that you can actually squeeze the jug and it flexes.
That's right.
I've never seen a jug that does that.
That's the BPA free plastic.
Is it?
It's actually one of the ways you can tell. If I got a PC, where's that? Here you go. This one here. See this one here? This is not PC. Okay, so you feel the difference in that? And then
So it's not polycarbonate, or one is polycarbonate.
this is polycarbonate.
This is.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is BPA free. You can feel the difference.
Is soft.
Yeah.
It's,
Yep. With the PC jars we used to have, I could put them on the floor like this, and I can stand on them. But I would not do that with BPA free, because it would just.
Squash.
Yeah. And that's what you give up. PC is very, very strong. You know, but when it comes to, and I got to tell you, from a point of view of the BPA free in a blender jar, it's a bit of a storm in a teacup. Because you've got to have that hot water in there a long time for it to leach. But 20 minutes in a soup maker, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Right? 20 minutes in a soup maker is an issue. 1 minute in here, not an issue. Not even if it was PC.
Have you made nut or seed butters? in your
I've done a couple of nut butters in here. You will find it, if you're trying to do a bigger amount, you will find that a bit more difficult because we don't have a tamper tool. So you've got to do them in small amounts. And it depends how much oil you put into it as well. Some people add a lot of oil, so I'm not a big fan of doing nut butters, and because when you look at how much oil is in the nuts themselves and then you concentrate them into a nut butter, you've got to be a bit careful with some people out there on that one. So, but yeah, look, macadamia nuts, macadamia nut butters are good, I reckon, because you don't have to add any extra oil. And we know, and I've done them in these. I've done them in both machines. So, but I only just do small amounts. Okay. Yeah. So yes, you can do them.
Put in the filter.
Yeah. One of the tricks, if you're going to do things like nut butters and flour, like with that, we show people how to make.
You haven't got any buckwheat here, have you?
We show them how to make buckwheat flour.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
If you put, see the gap in the, see how there's a gap in here? Okay. If you close, what will happen, that'll act as a void, so things will get stuck in there. So if you put the filter in like so, see that, how that closes that up? See that?
Right.
So if I want to do now a buckwheat seed flour, right? And then here's the other thing. When you make flours for yourself out of seed, don't make a whole heap of it.
Right.
You know why?
Well, it'll get rancid, won't it?
Yeah, it'll oxidize. Okay, so what you do is you only need to make what you need. Now the beauty of this is, if you need 1 cup, you can make 1 cup. If you need less than a cup, and in here, in this here,
That's a buckwheat.
because the blade is a bit lower, this one will allow you to make smaller amounts of flour.
Because the blade's lower.
Yes, see how this one sits up high? See it?
Oh, yeah.
See how that sits up high? I mean, you can see that in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from another point of view, this is good from that point of view. You can actually make less. I always thought it was important to make more. It's not. When you come into flours and things, it's more important to make less.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Because just what you need, exactly. So,
I made some aioli in it a couple of nights ago.
yeah,
And of course I didn't want to make,
Yep.
you know, the whole jug.
Yep.
And I just made a nice little,
little bit.
Yeah.
And just use the pulse.
yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I made a chutney the other night actually, papaya and ginger with lime,
Oh, nice.
Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Must be dinner time.
Yeah. I'm getting hungry now. Looking at the things.
Okay. No one's asked me about this. What do we use this for? I'm going to explain what we use the hopper for. So, have you ever tried to, where you've got a bowl of something, let's say we had a bowl of fruit salad, and now we want to blend that up. So you would, and let's say you've got more than a jar or handle, okay? So what you would have to do with a normal blender is you would have to fill that jar up, turn it on, empty that jar, fill that jar up, turn it on, empty that jar, and so on until you've done what you need to do.
Oh, I saw you doing that with watermelon.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So with this, what you do is you can fill the jar with it straight away because it's actually easier. Even if you've got a bowl like this, you can actually pour that in on top. You try and put it in through the top of this. It's easier to use the hopper.
Particularly with older people.
Yeah. So you just
Yeah.
pour that in and feed it in, turn the machine on, work with the tap and a container underneath, okay? And then you can keep feeding at the same time. You don't have to stop. Okay? So, and it's a really simple thing, but I reckon it's awesome. The other thing it's great for is if you've got an unsteady hand, and this usually happens when you get older or if you're a bit sick, can happen, and you want to make a soup or something, you can use the hopper to put the hot water in if you need extra. Okay, and it's still easier than trying to get it through here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's much safer to just put the hopper on and use the hopper.
Sure.
Okay, so that's what the hopper's for. You can also use it for filling up your jars around the kitchen as well. It's good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one out of the way. Do you want to come and grab this blender for us? And we'll start doing some things. And we'll just use the 658 for that.
Also with these, just real quickly with your clientele or people that might be interested, this is really good to travel. This is the one I travel with because when you do separate it, it's just two different pieces, right?
Yep.
With that one there,
You've
Has
got
you.
the...
Yeah.
And
and this one here obviously looks a lot nicer. So
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
with a few dollars is always going to buy that over this. But a lot of people like me, for example, who has everything that opens and shuts, would buy two.
Yep.
And that's what
Good
we
in
make people buy
caravans.
two.
Both of them.
One for
This
travel.
is also good in
Yeah.
caravans and
Yeah,
campers.
yeah.
Okay, most caravan and campers, they'll have a 1,000 watt inverter as a
Right.
minimum.
Yeah.
Usually 1,000 to 1,100 watt inverter. That being 550 watts, for most caravans will work fine. So if they're
Oh,
using
yeah.
their inverter, they can plug it in and use the machine still.
Mm-hmm.
So just little things, but it's like, you know, it's what you learn
Great.
as you go through. Do that there. Okay. All right. So now, let's do a whole lemon juice. Have you seen, Serena, have you seen the whole lemon juice before?
Yep, I've seen your demonstration. And
Have
Brett's
you?
also made a
Have you
lemon
seen it
juice
live?
one. Yep, with Brett.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
But I
you
haven't
know
seen
how
yours live.
Dan!
Sorry.
But,
That's
we're,
all right.
but we're hungry anyway, so
Yeah.
Okay,
Love
let's
it.
do a whole lemon juice. Okay, now do you want to use an organic lemon? Have you got an organic lemon?
yeah, we've got organic lemons. Yeah.
Okay, because the two lemons that we have are not organic. Okay. Alright, so for this
You can definitely
demonstration,
sell these ones that are
we'll...
organic.
Do you think that because I'm over here and like it's better to be looking in the camera, or you happy to be looking out this way? In terms of the angle.
That's okay. It'll be
I-
fine.
What do you mean?
Well, that's why,
I
you
don't
know,
try
Do you
you,
want to look at the camera?
you,
or
noticed
me?
I, you noticed I was looking at the camera every now and then, right? Yeah. And when you do a demo like this, you've got to look at both the people, the machine, and the camera
Why don't you come over
occasionally.
here somewhere so we can see you, and then we can talk to you as well. And
Oh, I
Have
didn't
an
mean to be. I
interaction.
just yeah, I was just thinking that in terms of the angles, I just wanted to check
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Do you want to be in this video?
No, it's
You
fine.
can.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Now, I might swap
If you want.
posies with
Yeah.
you. I might swap
I want
Do you know what I've
I
been
want you
making?
to talk to Serena as
Do you know what
much
I've been
more than
doing?
me because
I've been doing the 5 ml Himalayan salt, Soleil.
Yeah.
Right, a lemon, right?
Yeah.
Glass and a half of water, like the glass I usually drink out of, glass and a half of water. Every morning.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing else.
Yeah.
Just get set up here.
Let's get you in as well.
What is
Too
this?
many
Some
people.
sort of group
Yeah, so
therapy? Sorry, everyone makes mental
Fruit
face.
juicer.
Not that came to mind, but
Do you use this?
No.
I'm going to show you. Himalayan salt
Himalayan salt.
in the container. Right here.
Is it in the small one?
Yeah, it's in the white one. Are we underneath here?
Yeah,
Underneath
I
the
just
cayenne
thought
pepper.
because
Yeah.
it sort of looked like maybe it was filming from the side and
Yeah,
know
yeah.
whether that was engaging in a form
Oh,
of
this is nice
audience.
and cozy.
Right,
yeah.
When
right.
they see the video.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Alright, now. I'll need some water. So, do you want to use this?
Yep.
I made some wicked tonics with ginger, whole lemon, cayenne pepper, black
Can you grab some
pepper.
ice? Liz?
Black pepper.
Yeah, black pepper's like really good. Like it's incredible.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. But lots
A
of
bit
it.
of kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black
Well,
pepper
it's
in
an
the coffee
Ayurvedic
ground.
remedy, right?
Yeah.
So go to bed early after that. Wake up in the morning, ding, whatever. On,
Crack it into there.
Gets you going, doesn't it?
Hang on, that's not a clean one.
I don't really pay.
That's alright. Have you seen the guy that gets the most hits on YouTube doing juicing videos? The number one on YouTube. If you put in juicing or
Yeah.
anything, and what he does is he's got a caravan and he's
Oh yeah, I know
got a
who that
table
was.
outside on the ground.
Yep, no,
And he's got no shirt on. He's just like he's a string bean warrior sort of a dude, and he's just hyper. You know, he's just totally hyper.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Too
him?
much
Here's the
fruit.
guy that
Too
was
much
in
fruit in his juices.
Yeah, I know.
Raw food. You know,
Wow.
it's
I
a-
need that.
and he's like,
Yeah, I know who you're talking
you
about.
do.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know who he is. But
He's got a big following because he was a druggie, and he's got no true, and he's gone through the whole process, right?
yeah.
And he's just open about everything. He talks about when he was sleeping around with heaps of women and all that stuff. That's why he's got a big following.
I thought he was good.
Right. To me, that it came across as not trying to be not
He's just
hyped or anything.
he's
it's
just totally
the way
open.
he is. Yeah.
and just like, here's me. This is what I've done.
Yeah, but that's a YouTube phenomenon, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That everybody just
Yeah.
does anything and it goes
Yeah.
on there and
Yeah.
anybody will watch pretty much anything.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so where's yours? There we go. Let's get rid of
I'm
all
using
this.
Soleil,
I've got some Himalayan salt here. We got
Soleil.
personally.
Okay.
So if we need to wait,
It's
need
the-
to wait to market that.
The Himalayan salt.
Crystals.
Yep.
We'll try to
Let's see
quite a
what
bit
we can
of.
see in the camera. I can't see you, Brett, at all.
Yeah, maybe we should swap it.
That's right.
Can't see you at all. Okay. You might want to.
Do you wanna, Brett? Do you wanna cut out this one and make this one with?
Serena.
Yeah, Serena.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
It's alright.
Yeah.
yeah. You Brett, you
Mix
cut
it
it
up.
out
Oh,
for me.
Brett,
come out
you
of this one.
picked up, sorry.
You can be the
You can
next
say,
singer.
hi, I'm Serena from
Replaced.
Detox and Sleep. Just here with
And
my-
we're
my-
introducing Serena here.
Actually, you hop here so I can.
5'6", taller than Mark. A bit more hair as well.
Okay. Now, can you see you in the camera?
A lot
If you
more.
can see you in the camera, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Forget about the camera.
Yeah, just introduce me.
I interested?
Yeah. Because, like, I'm a guest, and I'm going to show you how to.
She's a guest. Just get on with it.
Yeah.
Alright.
After
Hey Serena, let's check this out.
Hi, guys. I'm just here with Serena from Detox and Slim,
Hello.
and I'm about to show her how to make a whole lemon juice. So this is one of the best things that you can do for your health, by the way. And we're going to use the skin in this one as well. So have you made one of these before?
Yes, I have.
With our machine?
Indeed.
Good.
Fantastic. I'm a big
Here you
fan.
go. You can do it. I'll do it. Okay, so what you do is when you make this lemon juice, you use the number 1 fine filter, okay? So, and all we do to fit that, it's very simple. I'll just take the lid off, like so, and then just insert the filter in like that. Now, if it gets jammed, just pull it back, give it a tap in, and it's away. Okay, so very simple. You pop the jar back on. I'm going to pop the jar back on the machine. Very simple recipe, this one. 1 lemon. Do you know we're going to leave all the skin on? Do you know why?
More nutrients.
Yes. There's a little bit
And
more.
more taste, maybe?
Why is actually one of the best things about using the skins on something like a lemon, and this is an organic lemon. See that? You can see that, right?
Definitely organic.
Is that the skin contains almost all the antioxidants, okay, because it's designed to protect the seeds from the sun. So that's where it is. So we're going to extract that, plus, essential oils. Have you ever used essential oils before?
Yeah, with the aromatherapy.
Yeah. Well, most of that's going to be locked up in the rind, so we're going to include that in the juice, so then we can have it inside as well.
Fantastic.
So all we do, very simple, at no time will my fingers leave the end of my hand when I do this. So you just pop it in like that, very easy. And then you take some ice. If you want to have it nice and cool, you add a little bit of ice like so, okay, and then some water. Now, to measure the water, I have this little bit of a formula. If you were to place the lemon on the bottom of the jar and then just measure that lemon up there, that's how high you want it, as if it was sitting on the bottom. So, and that's a good way to do it as, for a beginner. So, we just do that, so probably about that much. Now the other thing I'm going to add to this is I'm going to add some salt, some Himalayan salt. So, it's not the same as the salt that you buy from the supermarket, which has virtually no vitamins, minerals or anything in it, and it's really not salt, it's sodium. So, but this is alive, so we've got 84 essential minerals in there, and it's going to help work as an electrolyte in the body as well. So we're going to add that into. You okay with me using fingers?
Absolutely, yeah.
Good, I've washed them. So, feel like Jamie Oliver. Okay, so we put our salt in, and if we just did it like this, what do you think? Would be bitter, it would be sweet, or what do you think? Somewhere in between?
Yeah, a bit bitter, a bit salty.
Yeah, probably. So what I'm going to do to sweeten it, and if you don't have this at home, this is liquid stevia. This is a very good brand of liquid stevia. We've tried quite a few, but we've found the New Naturals to be very good. And this, we can sweeten this like lemonade. Now, if you like the taste of lemons and you like it sour, then you may not want this. But I can guarantee in your household there will be someone that doesn't like lemons. And so this is for them, okay? Or if you're a bit of a sweet tooth. And I'm just going to add about that much, which is actually quite a bit.
Yeah.
But we just, the rind of the lemon is very bitter, okay? Then you take your lid, you place it on the jar like so, and you lock the safety arm. And if you watch down here, you'll see the green light come on. So you can just watch that. See that there?
There it is.
So we're up and running and ready to go. Now, as you watch this, just keep your eyes on the lemon, because this is going to happen very quickly. All I'm going to do is push the on button, turn the tap on, I'll turn the tap off fairly quickly, and then we're done. Okay, so here we go.
That was very fast.
Very quick, right?
Yeah, easy.
So, and the beauty of this is, and I'll just show you, this is a really good drink to have just prior to exercise, about half an hour before, and it stimulates the fat burn and all that sort of thing as well. So, and it's really good for detox as well. So you can use it in the morning, and it's very alkalizing. So it's the best time to use it is in the morning. So you can see in there, I'll just show you. See in there, you can see the pulp and so on in there. So that's basically what the filter is doing.
So you could bake with that, perhaps?
Yeah, if you want to keep this, freeze it, stick it in the freezer. And I'm pointing over there because there's a fridge over there. And yeah, you can use it for other things. You could even use it as a lemon slushy or a sorbet. Same thing. If you're going to do that, just take the filter out, add some ice into it, maybe use a bit more stevia, maybe some honey water, which is a thing that we've created where you add honey and water together and squeeze that in. You can have a slushy.
Sounds good.
So, we're going to go and drink this now, and if you were here, you would be able to do that too.
Well,
Cheers.
should we
Thank you.
Should we grab a glass there?
Yeah, absolutely. How was that?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Very fast.
It's very quick. I mean,
It
talking.
comes out well too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really
There's
awesome.
no waiting around.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want some more glasses?
Yeah.
No.
Sweet. This is. Let's just try this.
We did a-
There you go.